Hi everybody. Today we're going to make fresh, tasty bread. You can see the ingredients in the screen. Cup of water, half cup of oil, 1 tablespoon yeast, 1 tablespoon sugar, half tablespoon salt, 3 cups of flour. This is the whole gradient. We put first the cup of water in the bowl or mixing bowl or dough maker, and then we put the salt and sugar and yeast. We mix it together for a few seconds, and then we put the oil. In this session, we're going to use a flavor for the bread. We're using fennel seed, and fennel seed get the bread very good texture and very good smell. We use only 1 tablespoon of seeds. You can use black seeds, or you can use sesame seeds, or any flavor you would like. After we put the oil and mix it, we start to put the flour. We put 3/4 of the flour first, and then we see how the dough goes. Because we don't know what sort of flour you're going to use, so better not to put all the flour in one time. The idea is to reach to a point the water equal to the flour and non-stick, or about to be a non-stick dough. We put the rest of flour and then mix it again. We will realize that the dough start not to be sticked in the wall of the bowl. So we check it again and see if it's need more flour or more water. We're going now to check it again. If it's still sticky, we put some flour by hand, just a little bit by little bit, to see if the dough is become non-stick or not. You can see now it's all sticked in the hook but not in the bowl, so it is quite okay. We put some flour on the table, and then we put the dough on the top of that, and a little bit of flour on the top, and you can see it is a little bit sticky, but with this sieve of flour it will be okay. And then we mix it all we needed and roll it in a shape of a roll or in a ball. We put it in a bowl. I cover it with plastic bag or a kitchen towel or cling wrap and leave it to double in size for fermentation. Fermentation is the act of the yeast which consumes the sugar and converts it into gas, carbon dioxide gas or ethane gas. We leave it for a while until it doubles the size. Doesn't matter is the time. The idea is to double the size. Could be start from 15 minutes to a few hours, depend on the room temperature. Now you can see it is double in size and it's fragmented. So we put some flour on the table and put the fragmented dough and try to get rid of the air inside by pressing the top and then shape it in a roll. And start to cut it in small pieces. Each piece is from 50 gram to 75 gram. You can use you can weigh it, or by hand you cut it into 10 to 12 pieces. Each one is similar to the others. So you put each piece in your hand and try to grab the outside to inside to have a ball with one skin or a smooth skin. This will result in a good shape bread roll or bread ring or whatever. In the coming sessions, we will use the same way of the dough to create from this basic dough a different type of bakery stuff, adding some new material like milk or adding more sugar or more salt or different stuff. But the idea is the same basic dough. We use it for everything. You can realize that the liquid stuff is nearly from 50 to 60% of the whole dough volumetrically. That's mean if you're going to use 3 cups of flour, we use 1.5 cups from the liquid stuff. Either this liquid stuff is milk or water or oil or butter, will be the same ratio. we cover it for 15 minutes, not for fermentation, but to have some rest and to be able to shape it after that. We take one by one and press by hand on the top, or roll it, or shape it whatever you like. We always dust our hands to avoid our hand to stick in the dough. We just dust our hand with some flour. After we finish shaping the bread, we cover it with a plastic sheet or a cling wrap and leave it for 15 minutes to double the size again. And this is the second in fermentation. And after that, we put it in the oven on 180 degrees for 20 minutes. So you're gonna have from 10 to 12 bread roll or bread with only half a kilo of flour, and these 12 pieces of bread will cost you nearly $1, $1.50 maximum, so you cannot have cheaper than that. The idea is you have fresh, tasty, good smell bread. Don't forget to grease the tray or to put baking paper. We cover it for fermentation and put it on a warm place for 15 minutes until double size, and then put it in the oven 180 degrees for 20 minutes. You can see it's become puffy and fluffy and a good texture. In less than 20 minutes, you will have this nice golden color on the top of the bread. And if you leave it more in the oven, you will have a crunchy one. can smell it now. The fennel gives a very nice smell from the fennel oil and make the bread it's tasty and nice smell. Thank you very much.